This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode on the channel. My name is Brandalorian, and today we're going to be doing DDD test hands. Now, as you guys saw last week, I went ahead and posted the deck profile. So if you haven't seen that already, check that out. I'm going to go ahead and just do some random test hands. I want to show you guys what I can do with this deck, how you can play your hands out, etc, etc. So just bear with me as I shuffle here real quick. Alright, I appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. I am currently 98 subscribers. I'm like 2 away from reaching the triple digits, the milestone, the 100 subscriber milestone. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I know this is a small channel, but I'm growing little by little bit, and that's all thanks to you guys. You guys find me interesting, you guys find this channel interesting, and that's why you guys are here. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and just do a random pile shuffle. Alright, and we're back. I'm going to go ahead and just do a cut. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves a 5-card hand. Alright, so here we have already full combo. We also have a tactics if they want to go ahead and hand trap us, and we're bestial safe because we have the bell. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and normal summon effect. See if they want to go ahead and ash that or not. I'm going to go ahead and send the Necro Slime to the graveyard. Next, I'm going to go ahead and activate my Dark Contract with the Gate effect. We're going to go ahead and search Griffin. Griffin is an insane extender. Has 4 effects on the card, which is pretty broken. Effect from hand, I'm going to go ahead and special summon this guy to the field. We're going to go ahead and link into Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh effect, I'm going to activate it to go ahead and set the pendulum scales. We're going to go ahead and go for Ragnarok. And then we're also going to go for Orthros. Now, I showed you guys this combo pretty much in the deck profile. I included it at the end of it, so but I'm just going to show you here because it's essentially just a 2-card combo. I'm going to go ahead and pendulum summon. We're going to go for 1, 2. At this point, you do have the option. I've already activated his effect, so you can't go ahead and send again. It's just a once per turn. A hard once per turn. His effect says if he's pendulum summoned, I can go ahead and pitch a Dark Contract or a DDD card from my hand to the graveyard to draw a card. So you can go ahead and pitch this, Thomas, just to see. But let's see what you would have drawn. You would have drawn another contract. So hindsight's always 20/20. But me personally, I wouldn't have pitched this card because this card, if your board does get broken, you can go ahead and play this in the pendulum scale, and then you can recur a pendulum monster from your extra deck that's face up. So you can pretty much rebuild your board with this card. I wouldn't go ahead and pitch it to the graveyard per se, but if you're in a bind, you didn't have a hand trap, you wanted to draw something else, you can go ahead and pitch this, and it's food for your Necro Slime to banish, so you can fusion summon from there. So we're just going to go ahead and Xyz. I'm going to go into the Wave King Caesar. I'm going to go ahead and further go into another Xyz, which is the Marksman King Tail. King Tail's effect, because I did take 1,000 damage to place these scales here. I'm at 7,000 now, and his effect says I get to detach a material from him to inflict 1,000 damage to my opponent, and then also lower a monster on the field by 1,000 attack. So I'm going to go ahead and choose himself, or you can choose him, whichever, it doesn't matter. So now you're going to burn your opponent for 1,000. So you guys are both at 7,000 here. All right, now I'm going to activate the effect of the Orthros. I get to go ahead and target a spell card on the field to destroy, and a DDD card as well. So I'm going to target these two to destroy them. This gets sent to the extra deck, and then this gets sent to the graveyard. When this is sent to the graveyard, I get to go ahead and Foolish Burial, a Dark Contract, or a DD card. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and Foolish Burial, a Dark Contract. We're going to send the Patent License. The Patent License has an effect when it's sent to the graveyard to go ahead and add a card from, to add a DD card from the graveyard or the extra deck to my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the Orthros here. All right, that gets added to my hand. So right now we're working with this in our hand. All right, so like I said, if they want a Bestial, we have this. If they've already hand trapped us, we can go ahead and do this and maybe draw some cards, or maybe rip a card from their hand just to see what they're playing, so we have knowledge. I'm gonna go ahead now, banish the Necro Slime, as well as, I mean, you can pretty much choose anything at this point. I wouldn't choose this one because you're going to special summon this later in the combo, and this as well. So either one of these doesn't really matter. I've already used his effect, so I'm gonna banish him. We're going to go ahead and fusion for Genghis. So Genghis is going to special summon himself there. This effect's going to go off because I special summon a DD monster. So I'm going to go ahead and target Griffin. Griffin's going to come back. All right. Now I have a lot of effects that are going to activate right now, okay? So when he's summoned from the graveyard to my field, he's going to search for a DD card from my deck and add it to my hand. Because this was special summoned, this effect's going to activate. I'm going to go ahead and target the Caesar in my grave to revive it on the field. And then also, because I took damage from his effect, from special summoning him, I'm going to chain this as well. So this is going to be chain link 1 to add, so it's safe from Ash. Chain link 2, special summon from my graveyard, which is going to be safe from Bell or whatever. And then special summon this from hand as a chain link 3. So it's going to protect all the other effects that are on the chain. Special summon this. His effect says when he's summoned, I can only special summon fiends for the rest of the turn. I believe it's fiends. Yes, except fiend type monsters. So I'm locked into fiends right now. This effect's gonna resolve, bring this back, and then this is gonna search for the trap card, which is your in archetype Widow Anchor. All right, we're gonna go ahead and add this. All right, so that's the headhunt. Next, I am going to go ahead and link these off to go into a second Gilgamesh. This effect's going to activate now because it was sent from the field to the graveyard. It's going to allow me to add a Dark Contract from my deck to my hand. I am going to go ahead and choose to add the Swamp King. Alright, Swamp King is integral to this combo because it's going to allow you to fusion summon to go into your rank 6. So that's what I'm going to activate now. Activate this. I'm going to go ahead and fusion. I've already used his effect, so he's prime candidate to get banished. And I can either banish one of these, banish that since I have a finite resource of that one. I only have 1, 2, 3, so I have 2 more in the deck for that. I'm going to go ahead and fusion into the second Genghis. At this point, I would go ahead and go into your rank 6 because if your opponent doesn't know what you're doing by now, they may stop you with a nib or something like that. So at this point, I'm going to go into the rank 6, which is Wave High King Caesar. So now, this card is busted. This card says, it's a quick effect. You can detach a material from this card. Negate the activation. When a spell or trap card or a monster effect is activated that includes the effect of special summoning a monster, you get to detach a material to negate the activation and destroy it. If I do destroy it, This card, along with another DD card that I control, gains 1,800 attack. So that's a pretty good buff. If you're negating on your turn, these cards just turn into like really big monsters that you can go ahead and OTK with. So now that I have this on the field, go ahead and synchro these two. It's going to synchro into a Siegfried. You can go ahead and special summon these guys in defense. He has a 22 body in defense, so he's safe from like a lightning storm or something. Then I'm going to go ahead and use this. Go into Machine X. And then we have the Headhunt to set. And then we can pass on this board right here. He has 3,000 defense. He has 22 defense. He's 28. I don't want to put him in defense because he only has 18 defense. I mean, things can get over that. So by looking at this, we have a spell or trap negate, 2 solemn warnings, which are negates for summoning, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 suck ups, and then we have Headhunt. So we have 4 suck ups, spell trap negate, 2 solemn warnings, Headhunt, and then we also have a bell if they were to play a deck that plays into bell. So you're looking at 7 to 8. I think it's 7 to 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 interruptions actually. So this deck, if you're allowed to make this board, can put up 9 interruptions, 8 interruptions that can stop your opponent. So that's just off of a random 5 cards. Let's go ahead and do one more and stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back again for our second test hand. Make sure that I'm shuffling all this correctly. Alright, I'm gonna give it a nice cut. Alright, see what the DDD gods give me here. So, oh, whoops. Alright, so right now we have 2 hand traps and we have the talents. So we can go ahead and normal summon this, shotgun this out, activate the effect. Let's see if our opponent would hand trap us. If they do, we have this. It doesn't matter because this will be searching this anyway. So I've seen where they've done it. I mean, they've ashed this, or they've impermed or whatever. So let's say that we're gonna go ahead and play as if we're not being interrupted. We're gonna go ahead and search for. Let's go ahead and search for the Swamp King. I guess that's gonna telegraph that we already have the Dark Contract. We're going to activate the Dark Contract with the gate. We're going to go ahead and search for the Griffin. Oh wow, there we go. Alright, special summon Griffin. We're going to go ahead and link these 2 off. Go into Gilgamesh, affect the Gilgamesh. Now, because we had the 1 card Kepler combo, I'm going to show off this one. So you're going to go ahead and activate the Rage, and you're going to go ahead and place the Cerebus. So now, because Rage is a scale 0, I get to actually Pendulum Summon level 1. So I'm going to go ahead and declare that I'm a Pendulum Summon these 2. Alright, not going to activate this effect because I need this to go ahead and go into the rank 6 later on. So I'm going to activate this effect, make this a level 4. They're both level 4s now. I'm going to go ahead and overlay into a rank 4. We're going to go into the Wave King Caesar. Then from there we're going to go into the Marksman King Tail, affect the King Tail, detach. Because I took 1,000 from this, I'm going to burn my opponent. I can decrease, whichever monster I want. Next, we're going to go ahead and go into another link. Gilgamesh there. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and activate the effect of Marksman King Tail to Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial, the Necro Slime, the effect of Necro Slime. Go ahead and banish this with this. Necro Slime and the King Tail to go into a Genghis. Right. Now we're going to go ahead and activate the Dark Contract, activate the effect to Fusion Summon. Fusion Summon these. Go into the Genghis. Effective Genghis, because I special summoned a DD. We're going to go ahead and go for the Griffin. Alright. I could have summoned him to the field and then linked to get another contract, but the only other contract I run would be the field spell. And to play that, to lock my opponent out of a... I'm really going to try and go into the Machine X with this and then a rank 6. So I'm only going to have Xyz on the board. Now, if I know my opponent is only playing Castira, then I would probably go ahead and do this play. But I'm going to go ahead and actually go for the Snatch Steel. Or not the Snatch Steel, I'm sorry, the Widow Anchor trap. So I can go for that. So that's another form of interruption for the opponent. Alright. So again, it just depends on what you're playing. Obviously, you know, this deck requires a big brain to pilot because it has so many combo routes. Like, you know, like I said, I can summon this, get the field spell, play the field spell. So it's like a floodgate. If my opponent were to go ahead and Xyz, because I am going to control Xyz monsters on the board, they would go ahead and take 1,000 damage for the summon, and then they're locked out of that type of summon for the rest of the turn. So it's a floodgate, but I prefer to just have the trap card, you know, backed up by, you know, these cards here. So we're gonna go ahead and Xyz these to go into the rank 6. Then you're gonna go ahead and use these. Use the Gilgamesh to go into the Machine X. So like I said, you could go ahead and get the field spell, because I mean you only have one spot as well to go ahead and set one of these traps. So I can go ahead and set this one. I do have a nib in case my board does get broken. So let's say you wanted to go the other route. This is going to go back to the deck. You actually summon this to go ahead and link with that again. And then you used it for this summon here. So you have an additional material that was sent here. This is going to activate. Whoops, sorry. So this is going to activate to go ahead and get the field spell instead. So against a cash deck, this is really good because I can activate this. Now they can only Xyz summon once, and now I would have the Imperm to go ahead and set. I have this in my hand, and if they've activated at any point a hand trap to stop me, I would go ahead and play the talents. So yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 suck ups. I also have an Imperm, and they have to play through a patent license, which is a floodgate, and I have the nib. So a lot of interruptions. I mean, as you can see, it does require a big brain. So maybe in a long tournament, you might, you know, get fatigued, you know, too much thinking. Yeah, you really have to master this deck and what it's trying to do. But that's, you know, that's what the deck can do, guys. I just wanted to show you this. I showed you the deck profile with the 1-card combo or the 2-card combo. So I wanted to see, you know, I wanted to show you guys, you know, with what set hand you guys can do something with it. So as you can see, I did 2 test hands. You know, like, comment, subscribe, show some love. You know, it really does show that you guys, you know, like the content that I'm putting out. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now. We have 2 more subscribers to reach 100. Share this video, guys, please, so I can go ahead and reach that. And this is just the beginning. We're going to go ahead and keep striving to get to 200, 300, 400. Like LeBron said, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. You know, help me get there, guys. So this is Brandon Lauren signing out. And remember, this is the way.